Before the rise of TikTok and before micro-trends dominated fashion, there was PAQ. 4 friends having fun, experimenting, and unknowingly shaping fashion culture for a whole new generation. Before their disappearance in 2020, PAQ were regarded as one of the most influential people on fashion YouTube. And now, in an age where short-form content dominates what we consume, it's worth looking back at the genius behind their videos and how they accidentally shaped a whole generation of fashion lovers. PAQ's presence somehow felt larger than life, but also so close to home. It felt like every week you were just watching 4 friends having fun and expressing themselves through fashion. But weirdly enough, these 4 friends were also doing collaborations with the likes of Madison Bear and Lacoste. And it's through these videos they helped to build a massive community of people, hosting live shows and even fashion influence tournaments. They even got so big that a female-led spin-off was created with Neva. And just like with PAQ, they became massive and created their own wave and community. So who are the 4 boys behind PAQ? Well, there was Shaquille. He was the apparent creator behind the idea of PAQ. And Shaq was this kind of nonchalant, cool dude. Not in the way that Duke Dennis is, but more that he just kind of had this playful but cool and artsy spirit to him. His style blended 90s hip-hop style with a mix of wider and oversized streetwear silhouettes. Then there's Danny. He took influence from 80s fashion and formal British wear, being the champion of Fred Perry. And within the group, he was the only northerner, and he often had a knowledge of other brands that the boys didn't necessarily have. Then there was Elias, the larger-than-life character. He was described as an Astro Boy because his style was out of this world, and also his playful style, which blended bold colours and streetwear silhouettes. Because of this, he always brought something cool and extra to the episodes. And last but not least was the god of black himself, Dexter. Dexter was known for his use of colour black in his outfits, and he was kind of the geek of the group in some ways. He loved comics and music, and he was always able to tie that into his outfits, which is really cool to see. Because of how different their characteristics and styles were, it gave anyone watching them someone to relate to and root for in the videos. And looking back at their outfits now, you can still see how relevant their style is. A lot of their outfits still feel really modern and stylish, despite a lot of outfits from those years looking dated. Every episode usually consists of a challenge, and this could be anything from styling a celebrity, to creating a budget outfit, to doing a whole marketing campaign or advert. And with every episode came a different idea behind the fashion. The budget and thrifting episodes show that you can be fashionable no matter how much money you have. And episodes like styling women's wear showed how fashion is truly genderless. And with each episode usually came some knowledge about a product, a brand, or a style, which helped the viewers to understand a bit more about the fashion world and delve deeper into the fashion zeitgeist. My favourite episode is probably the couples thrifting episode. I think it's just really fun to see the boys team up with other people to create these dual outfits and find a good blend between their style and their partner's style at the same time. And we can't talk about the episodes without talking about their elusive range of guests. They had massive celebrities like Emine and Little Baby, but more interesting for me are the guests that often help the pack, you see what I did there, find their outfits. They had features from people like Nigel Caborn, who is known worldwide for his really cool workwear and Americana / military style brand, and Colm Delane, who is the owner and founder of Kid Super, which is one of my personal favourite brands and a massive name in the fashion world right now, like they just did a collaboration with Louis Vuitton. Even to see the smaller stars who've now gained traction like Diva and Jess Payne. Through their guests, PAQ were able to help put on a lot of upcoming creatives, giving them a platform to show their work and also educate the boys a bit more about fashion. After their massive success, during COVID, the boys decided to separate from PAQ due to management issues behind the scenes, which is definitely unfortunate, but it hasn't been the end of the boys' journey. Dex has been working on his music and kind of stays a bit under the radar. Elias has got into directorial work, helping to create cool campaigns. Danny started a podcast and has been delving deep into fashion and just all things Danny Lomas. And then Shaq has been jumping deep into his artistry, creating tons of amazing pieces and poems, and even having a few exhibitions in London. Looking back, their impact is obvious. They broke down the elitist barriers that are so prevalent in the fashion industry and made it accessible to everyone. And I think that's why they were so loved. There was no more gatekeeping and needing to have inside knowledge. Instead, they showed that fashion was for everyone, and how experimenting is part of everyone's personal experience. That's what makes fashion fashion. And in a world where men are expected to dress a certain way, their wide variety of styles showcase that fashion and style is whatever you make it. And they made worlds collide, with vintage, streetwear and high fashion all being combined into one. It just highlights how fashion isn't as rigid as most people believe. It truly is for everyone. For me, PAQ were massively influential. They really helped with my fashion journey and gave me a lot of insight into how to dress and the mentality that goes towards putting an outfit together. It's not always about looking the trendiest or having the most expensive clothes. It's about being you and being able to adapt your style to all circumstances. And through them, I found some of my favourite creators as well, like Sanjeev and Magnus. And even looking back now, I kind of reflect on how my personal style, especially in the beginning, was definitely a rip of a lot of things that Shaq had on one of those episodes. And to be fair, even being inspired by a lot of the other boys as well. So you can clearly see the things they did for fashion at the time. They cultivated culture and community so well. And with that, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching this. This has been my first video essay and it's been really fun to make. Doing all the research, watching all the videos, watching all the old videos, it's been really fun, especially to look back at that nostalgia and look at all the style and all the different people as well. Of course, it would be greatly appreciated if you liked and subscribed, and let me know which fashion YouTuber I should cover next for an in-depth look back on. Make sure to check out my Instagram and TikTok at shun_t, that is shun_t. For now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!